Hello again, welcome back to Music Impossible. This is AP Music Theory. I'm Professor Jim. Just a little follow-up lesson on our major scale video. You're about to do this assignment where you're going to write out all the major scales, and there are 15 total major scales. Now, of that, 3 of the scales are enharmonic scales. We talked about enharmonic equivalents when we looked at chromatic scales, knowing that as we ascend in a chromatic scale, we use sharps. Say C sharp, for example, but then when we descend on that chromatic scale, we would use the enharmonic equivalent of C sharp, which would be D flat. These are notes that are the same pitch, but they are different notes. And just as there are enharmonic equivalents with pitches, there's also those with some of our scales as well. Now, we did a complicated one with G sharp major scale. Now, that's not really a viable key signature. We're going to talk about keys in the next lesson. Because it has a double sharp, and we don't put double sharps in our key signatures, we put up to 7 sharps and up to 7 flats, and that's where we stop. So let's come over here to Sibelius, and let's look at one of these enharmonic scales. Now, there are 6 or 3 in total. The 6 are B and C flat. Those are enharmonic. There's also F sharp and G flat, as well as C sharp and D flat. So those 6 scales are 3 enharmonic scales, if you will. Let's take a look at the C sharp D flat one. And up here, we'll go ahead and put our C sharp major. We'll go ahead and do it here in quarter notes. Now, Sibelius is going to do its thing with the notation. Let's see how close they get it. All right, we need a couple of enharmonic things here. So first of all, we have to remember that every major scale has to have some version of every note. So we have to respell a bunch of these. So we have to respell that F because we need some version of an E. I do know that the C sharp major scale has all sharps in it. So there we go. We have every letter of the musical alphabet represented. We have every sharp there: C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G, A, B, and C sharp. So there we go. Now, the enharmonic equivalent to C sharp major is that D flat. So if I take all of these pitches, kind of this fancy button up here in Sibelius, I'm going to click respell, boom, and it should respell everything. Key of D flat has 5 flats, D, E, G, A, and B. There we go. Yep, all the flats are there. Exact same pitches are these 2 scales, but different notes. So you have 2 more that you get to identify and look at in your assignment. Good luck with that, and we'll see you all in the next one.